The latest developments across the Middle East have sparked strong reactions here at home, with demonstrators taking to the streets. In several cities, crowds gathered, with some celebrating the death of Iran's supreme leader. Others expressed concern about what comes next. With me now is Nazanin Afshin-Jam Mackay, Iranian-Canadian human and democratic rights activist. Nazanin, good to see you again. I want to begin by getting your reaction to the death of the supreme leader. What were your first thoughts?
I was not shedding a tear when I heard the news. In fact, my heart was leaping for joy for my fellow compatriots back inside Iran. They've been waiting for this moment for 47 years because ultimately they see him as their supreme oppressor. He's called the supreme leader, but in fact, he has been suppressing their rights for 47 years, been jailing them, imprisoning them, putting them up for execution, persecuting ethnic and religious minorities, forcing women to behave a certain way, wear a certain thing. People have had enough. They want to be free. And this is a very symbolic moment for them, psychologically speaking, that this man that has caused so much pain and suffering is now gone, and the world is a safer place for it.
Nazanin, I know that this has been something you have been very vocal about for a long time. Can we just pause for a moment and specifically focus on what life has been like for women under this regime and how you hope it will now change?
Yes, women have been suppressed for, as I said, 47 years. They've been forced to wear a hijab. They're not allowed to ride a bicycle or sing and dance. Inheritance, custody, marriage laws are all discriminatory. Women can't enter a stadium to even watch a sports game. All their rights are repressed. Even to travel, they need permission from their husbands or fathers. And so when, I was going to say if, but when this regime falls, life for women and your average person will change the very next day. Women will feel like they can finally breathe again. And that's what the feeling was, I think, for a lot of people yesterday when they found out that Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei was eliminated. They felt like a heavy military boot was lifted from their necks and they could finally breathe again.
There have been criticisms of President Trump's strategy or lack thereof when it comes to what happens next after taking out the supreme leader. What are your concerns for the future of Iran at this moment?
We have a lot of concerns, Marcia. Number one, what we're hearing is that President Trump has accepted calls from the regime officials, those that have taken the place of the ones that have been eliminated. We heard there's about 50 top IRGC commanders and regime officials that have been taken out, but they were quickly replaced because you have to understand the IRGC is like a mafia and a spider web. And, you know, one gets gets killed, then they're replaced. So we fear that Trump will carry out a Venezuela where he puts in another regime official, where he prefers, quote unquote, stability over democracy. But we Iranians know better that you cannot negotiate with any of these criminal regime officials that are clearly the biggest state sponsor of terrorism in the world. So we are hoping that he will recognize that there are alternatives, that there is a pluralistic democratic alternative. There is a leader on the outside of Iran named Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, who has offered himself as a transitional leader. He has a plan. There are other leaders inside Iran who are currently in Evin prison. There's ethnic leaders with a great mobilization power on the ground. And united, they represent the vast majority of Iranians, and they are far better solution than just planting another regime official in Khamenei's place.
Nazanin, thank you so much. Hope to speak with you again as we watch developments across Iran. Nazanin Afshin-Jam Mackay, take care. We'll speak with you again.